Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, with our last episode of 2023. And very grateful and glad to be with you here on a quick episode here tonight on this New Year's Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to extend a very warm thank you and welcome to all of you because Inspirations for Your Life is now, well, it's really in our third season. We started with Saturday because it kind of goes into the new year. We're at 111,000 downloads. That's unreal, ladies and gentlemen. I would love you guys to please go out to my TikTok and go to believemeachieve.com. We're trying to get to 3,000 followers soon on there because we want to start streaming to that platform as well. And you need 3,000. I mean, come on, guys. We got 111,000 on this. I think we can get 3,000 on a little platform like TikTok, right? All right. So please help me out with that. Before I give you a little rundown about the show, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I am a podcast host and I'm a podcast coach. And I'm a specialist in helping businesses tell their story so they'll be able to scale and be more profitable. Now, I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more. They either know what their story is, they're passionate about finding their story, but they're all about the truth. And that's the biggest thing about me is it's all about truth. And with celebrating, well, it's my 7th year in the International Press Association this November. Really cool to be doing that. And my new book coming out later this year, 2024 coming up. But so really grateful for that. And let's get into the show. But before I do, I want to thank you, whether you're here at 7 p.m. at night, 7 a.m. in the morning, 12 noon, 12 midnight, which is actually New Year's this year, or maybe you're just on at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Thank you so much for listening to Inspirations for Your Life, for watching us, for commenting. Really do appreciate that. And so I want to, again, thank you so much. And I want to let you know something really important, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what our basically what our theme is for this entire week. And the theme for the entire week, in case you're wondering, what that is. So our theme for the whole week, unlock mastery to elevate your life. That is our theme for the entire week, starting from Saturday and ending on to next Friday. So let's say our topic, our headline topic for this show is Mastering 2024, Live the Wish, Learn the Lessons, and Be Authentically You. All right. So let's just dig right in, shall we? All right. First of all, happy early New Year's Eve to all of you. Definitely check out all my other great content, including the one where I tell you it's important to really write down and log or journal, create a little collage, and be conscious of what you want to achieve in 2024. Because if you don't know what you want, you are not going to get it. Let me say that again. If you don't know what you want and you are not explicitly clear about what you want, you won't get it. So failing to plan is planning to fail. You've still got, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9, 10, 10 to 11, 12. You got 5 hours left. Okay, really 4 hours and 58 minutes if I'm being exact. So why not go ahead and do that? So the first part in living this new year, 2024, is I want you to understand is living the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now, Neville Goddard, who you guys know who he is, I'm not sure if you guys know, had this phrase, which is living the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So Neville Goddard had really did a lot of studies in this. And when you consistently assume the feeling associated with your desired outcome, you emit this magnetic signal to the universe saying, hey, universe, I'm ready, I'm here, I'm ready for it, right? Rather than fixating on lack, I'm so grateful that all my desires, they've already happened. Now, maybe not in the real world yet, but I'm so grateful that they've already happened, and I know they're going to in divine time. So I am very grateful for that. And so when we live the feeling of the wish fulfilled, okay, it's like we transcend a whole new world. Now, I know you're going to get people that are going to, say all kinds of different things, and I want to just share with you guys what my goals are for 2024, because I think that's really important that I actually, I share that with you. My goals for 2024 are basically some pretty cool ones. And the one I want to share with you right now, which I think everyone kind of knows, is the fact that, as I said to you, if you fail to plan, okay, you have planned to fail. Okay, I want to say that again. If you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. So I just want to go ahead and share out with you guys what my goals are for 2024. So I'm going to share them with you right now. Number one is get a new office and production center, which is happening in the next couple weeks. Master mindful meditation. You definitely want to check out all the great stuff I'm doing with that. Monetize my podcasts and events with Fortune 500 companies. To get booked on 1 to 2 profitable keynotes per month, and only associating with people that have positive energy. Publish my book, 25 Gifts of Inspiration to Change Your Life, and train to become a runner. And I realize now that my life has no limits to what I can achieve. You see, realizing is the first thing. And when we start to let go and we start to embrace gratitude and we start to embrace the feeling of the wish fulfilled, I'm going to just ask you a question right now. Let's just presume, I'm just going to say $10,000. It doesn't have to be 10,000. It could be a million, it could be anything. But let's just presume right now you had an extra $10,000 in your bank account. If you had an extra $10,000 in your bank account right now, what would you do? First of all, how would you feel? I know you'd feel tremendously great, right? Some of you might pay off some bills. Some of you might go on a trip. Maybe some of you might buy your family something or something of that nature. But the point is that if you had that right now in your bank account, what would you do? I want you to act as if you had that money in your account right now. Now, obviously, you're not going to spend it because you don't have it really, but I want you to feel what it's like. I want you to go online. I want you to chart the sites. Maybe it's getting a facial. Maybe it's getting a certain pair of shoes. What does it feel like to have this extra $10,000 in your bank account? Live the feeling of the wish fulfilled. For when we live this feeling, our body does not know the difference between whether it's something that we're imagining or something that's really happening. We all know the story about the 3 groups of basketball players, right? The one group that actually practiced every single day after school, the other group that didn't practice at all, and the other group that didn't practice in the gym but practiced in the silent study. And we know the results. The results were that the group that practiced in the silent study and the ones that played on the floor did fairly close to each other because they both had the same neurons and dendrites that were firing in their bodies because the emotion caused that to happen. And so when you live the feeling of the wish fulfilled, a good thing to do, maybe you can create another bank account. You can download a program and you can put this money in your bank account, like a money program or something, and you can just put that money in. There's lots of free programs you can download. And when you do that, I want you to see that money in your account. I want you to feel what it's like, what you're going to do with it. Go through the journey of how you're spending it, how you're feeling every day, because the feeling is what actually brings the money. You see, people say, well, gee, I don't have it yet. So you're living from lack. So live from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Again, Neville Goddard said this, and he said this many, many times. What does it mean to step into the feeling of the wish fulfilled? It's the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and it makes the future dream of a present fact a reality. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The greatest thing you can do is think about it before you fall asleep, as you're falling asleep, and that can stay, right? Another thing is when you wake up in the morning, make a collage. Do what I do. Put it on your phone. Put it as your screensaver. Okay. So that's one thing I want you guys to do. But first, you got to figure out what is it you want in 2024. You can't ask for something. You can't assume a feeling if you don't know what you want. Well, I want money. Well, great. You want money. But what do you want the money for? Like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to build a home? Are you going to buy a car? Like, why do you want this money? Like, why? Okay. I want you to dig really deep. I know I'm being a pain, but I want you to dig deep. Okay. The next thing I want you to understand is in 2023, we've all had challenges. We've all had trials. We've had tribulations. So during these trials and tribulations, I want you to realize that each time you've had them in 2023, you learn something. So when you're faced with this adversity or something similar or even greater in 2024, I want you to dig deep within you, within your heart, within your body, within your mind, and I want you to act differently. Einstein said something very interesting. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let me say that again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So let's say, for example, you're trying to manifest, I don't know, $10,000. And you say, my God, oh, I don't have it yet. I don't have it yet. So you keep doing the same thing and you're expecting you're going to get it. I got news for you guys. You're not going to get it because your mind and body is not in alignment. So everything you want is on a station that is actually something you have to tune to. When your vibration connects with this, and I know this sounds really crazy, but you got to trust me on this. And definitely follow me on my mindful meditation on TikTok because I'm doing some exclusive stuff there that I'm probably not going to do other places. And I want you to understand how a day in the life of meditation. I already started day one and I gave you a whole report. Tonight, before I go to bed, it'll probably be after New Year's. I'm going to tell you what my day 2 was like. And I'm going to give you some more tips because you see, it's been shown that some of the greatest leaders of our time used meditation. We had Steve Jobs. We had Oprah Winfrey. So if that's not enough for you, who else used not motivation? Who else used meditation to achieve success? Who else do we know? Well, we know Steve Jobs. We know Russell Simmons, a very influential leader. And so there's a lot of other famous people. Russell Brand, and I want to quote what he said: meditation changes consciousness. It's really good if you had addiction issues. It's highly psychological and it's very beautiful and overwhelming, real and trippy. That's what he says. All right, close quote. But I want to share something else. When we change the way we look at things, okay, the things we look at change. Now, who said this? Dr. Dwayne Dyer. But I have to tell you, he was not the original proponent of this. It came from Patanjali's, who was his mentor. But we can say that Dr. Wayne Dyer did do a lot of work with it. So if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So maybe you're having a challenge right now because you can't do something. I want you to look at that hurdle, that stumbling block, right? That minor situation, or maybe even that setback or that disappointment as a way for you to learn. Now, I know there are a lot of lessons you learned in 2023. I know. Okay. In 2024, I want you to dig up that knowledge and I want you to call upon it. And I want it to be the resilience in you to help you become a better version of yourself. That's it. Very simple. All right. The last point. So I told you just 3 points, and I want you to go out and party safely and have a great night. Number 3, authenticity unleashed. Be your true self. Don't be your brother. Don't be your mother. Don't be your father. Don't be your neighbor. Don't be your friend. Okay. Don't be anything else but yourself. You were put on this earth to be who you are and to create. Now, there's a lot of things having to do with create, but I'm talking about creation from the fact that we as human beings can create our reality. we can create what we want. But we have to start from here, and then we have to connect to our heart. That's a whole other step. But I just want you to understand that these three things are what I want you to go with on 2024. First, if you haven't come up with your game plan, if you haven't come up with what you want in 2024, don't wait till 2024. Like, do it now. Do it now. Who was the wise person that said, who said, I'm trying to remember, who said, do it now? Who was that wise person that said, do it now, quote? There was a wise person. Robert Kiyosaki. And his quote, do it now, right? Quote, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. This is a powerful message about the importance of taking the action today. Do it now. You know, Nike's quote, right? What's Nike's quote? Nike's quote is do it now, right? We all know that saying that Nike has, right? Well, they actually say just do it. Very similar. The Nike tagline is just do it. Do it now and do it are very similar. So the whole point is that we want to do it now. We want to do it when we have the feeling, when we have the inspiration. Because you know what happens if we don't do that? We're going to be like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do it now. Do it now. Okay. And as we wrap up here, I want you to understand that as we're just about a few hours before the new year, if you have not taken the opportunity to go and write out what you want in 2024, I don't think you're ever going to get it. So I don't want you to be disappointed in 2024. I want it to be the best year ever for you. So I want you to create what you want, but only you can make that decision. Again, not your mother, not your brother, not your sister, not your cousin. You got to figure out what you want. And if you want that money, more power to you. But you're not going to get it unless you figure out what you're going to use the money for. Is it a home? Is it a house? Is it a gift? Are you going to give it away to somebody? What do you want it for? I want you to live the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard said. And do follow my new daily motivational tracks on TikTok, Jason Academy. All right, guys, this has been a whirlwind, and I can't wait to get into the full 2024 with you guys very, very soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I'm also a podcast host and a podcast coach. And I'm a specialist in helping businesses tell their story so they will be able to scale and be more profitable. Now, I typically do work with companies that bring in 10 million or more. And I'm very passionate about helping people understand what their story is, why they want that story, and understanding truth about the story. That's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a fantastic evening, a happy, healthy, prosperous, abundant, amazing new year. Now go do your homework that I told you, because waiting for tomorrow is not just doing it. And no one at Nike ever got success by just waiting. The slogan is not just wait for tomorrow. The slogan is just do it. So if you want success, if you're tired of the way your life has been, do it. Just do it. Change the way you look at things. Things will look at change, and live the feeling of the life of the wish fulfilled, and it will happen to you. Have yourself an amazing rest of your evening. Have a happy, healthy, prosperous, abundant 2024. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, the first day in the new year, January 1st, 2024. Have a great night, and I wish all the best for you for a great year.